Hey guys, it's Becca with Mama Hodge Crochet. How y'all doing today? I'm coming at you today bringing you the rest of the hats I've been working on. I've been working on these for the last week. I ordered some yarn from Landscapes Lion brand, and I just went ahead and got one skein of each color so that I could make one hat out of each color. And they were so bright and so beautiful that I wanted to, I thought the kids would really like having super bright hats, and I'll show them to you. So the first one that I made my own pom-pom with this one, and I'll link all of the videos I use, tutorials, down in the description box. So this is the first one I used. Now this one is just a bobble stitch with some single crochets in between, or I think it's double crochets in between actually. I'll also try to link the colors I used. Like I said, I only used one of each skein per hat. And then I did a hat with all the rest of the skeins combined because I had so much left over and I didn't want to waste it, so I decided to throw it all into one hat. I made a couple with the puff stitch, and again just used the poofs on a majority of them. This one I made this poof, but the problem is that this yarn is very fuzzy, so if you take it and pull on it, it starts to come off, and I just didn't want to have that happening, especially once you wash them. I don't quite know what's going to happen. And this one I can't take off, but the rest of these can come off. So again, that's the puff stitch. This one is another bobble. This one's really fun. I really like the bright colors, and the fact that some of the poofs I ordered were blue, so it just goes perfect. Love it. And then, let's see, I already have them in the box ready to go to Billie, so I'm just kind of pulling them off the top. I tried to make some smaller ones for smaller kids. So this one is kind of like I just thought this color was really cool. It looks a little more bright on the screen than what it really is. It's actually, well, it's pretty true to color actually. But I tried to make some a little bit smaller so that the kids, because there's going to be littler kids. You never know. There could be 5-year-olds, 4-year-olds. You want to make sure that the hats can fit them, right? Then I did some front post double crochets in every row. And that's that one. I just love texture. Don't you just love texture? It's just so pretty. And I just had the white poof. There wasn't a whole lot of options on the poofs with these particular colors because they're so bright and so vibrant. You want to make sure that it's going to look all right. So I used the majority of white or the blue. And on some of them I was able to get the brown, but that was just the solid colors. And then this one is the rotation, the spiral. I think that came out really nice. I love how it just kind of goes like this. And again, I'll link these patterns or the tutorials down in the description box so you guys can find them easily and be able to make them if you want to. And I got a blue poof on that one. Here is another bobble. I call this the Grover hat. It just makes me think of Grover from Sesame Street for some reason. I just call it the Grover hat. I use the blue poof. This is a fun stitch to do. It's very easy. They work up really fast, but I didn't want to make all of them out of the puff stitch, so I limited myself, but I really like them. My Grover hat. Okay. Then this one, I only did one of them just because I feel like the cable stitch, or it should be done with like maybe a solid color, because if you have it in the variegated colorful ones, it kind of loses its detail, you know what I mean? So this one came out good though. I really, you see how it's got the cable stitch that kind of goes up, But if this was in a plain white, it would stand out a lot better, or a plain color. But it's still, I mean, it goes in and goes out, and it's really pretty. I just didn't want to waste the stitch on variegated, because it just, like I said, it wasn't coming out as bold as I wanted it to. If you want to see that stitch and you're putting the work into doing that stitch, you really want it to say, I'm a cable stitch when you look at it. Okay, we just have 2 left. This one, I just love this color. It's a solid purple, and it's got some cabling, or not cabling, but front post, and some, I don't know, that kind of looks like a slip stitch or a single crochet. I'd have to go back to the tutorial. I've watched so many of them, but that's that one. So I can't tell if that looks more like a slip stitch, cable stitch. I don't know, but it came out really pretty. And again, with the white poof. I love the vibrancy of these colors, but you know, like I don't know a whole lot of people that would wear hats this bright, but kids would love them, right? So that's where I went with that. And then the hat that I was telling you about, where I took all the colors and I put them all together into one hat, because I had maybe some of them a half a skein left, some of them just a quarter. So what I did was I picked a pattern that was a little different. It is a yarn eater, so it helped me get through all the yarn in just the one hat. It's supposed to be, I believe, like a brick stitch or something, but I don't know that I did it right. I mean, it still looks cool, but I don't know if the stitches were supposed to line up this way or what, but I don't know. It still looks pretty cool, I guess. I don't understand this, like, where you can pull it down or pull it up. I thought they were gonna lay flat, but they're not. So without the poof, it kind of looks funny. Like it's all just gathered up here. I don't know. My husband was like, that top just looks kind of, but then I put the poof on it and he was like, well, with the poof, it looks better. So I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think of that one, but I figured, why not? It still came out all right. It's neat. It's textured. And I think a kid will like it. It's not too big. Like I couldn't get that on my own head. I tried, but it's good for a kid. Now I've noticed with this yarn that if you use, I used a 6mm on all of these, and the 6mm is causing the gauge to be smaller, which is good if you're making a hat for a kid. But if you're wanting to make it for an adult, I would definitely suggest going up a hook size, maybe a 7, or an 8 even. You'd have to play with it a little bit if you want it to be the correct size, because some are smaller, some are bigger. I made one more hat. I decided I was going to give it to Billie though, because I don't know. I was just playing around with those slouchy hats. And you know, once you start making a whole lot of hats, you end up, or even blankets or anything you're making, you end up going rogue and deciding that you want to try different things because you've been making so many different ones. Let's throw them together. So this one was a slouchy hat, but I thought the colors just reminded me of Billie and the, you know, just very Floridian. I thought it would stand out really, really good. Hats don't look all that great on me, but my daughter put it on and it looked fabulous. So I don't know, it just said Billie. So hopefully she'll like it. But it's like a slouchy hat. So I put a wider brim on it with some single crochets so that, you know, I'll put it on me, but you know, I'm just not a hat person. But it's cute, you know, like on her, I think with her style and everything, it'll be really, really cute. I like it. I just don't, yeah, I don't know, but it's cute. So I'm going to give that one to her. Some other things that I made for her, I guess I can show you guys on here, but she'll just be surprised when it comes as far as seeing it in person. But I made her, I wanted to start this tradition of sending her a square with each package that I send her, because I made her the sunflower and she really liked that. So I decided to make her another one. This one's I think a daisy. But I thought, hey, you know, what a cute little tradition. Then she knows, hey, that's from Becca. And this one just, it came out really, really cute. So that's the square I made her. And then I just did some double crochets on the back with the front loop only, so that it would give it like a little step. Because on the back of these, if you're making a blanket, it's one thing, but when you make them, when you flip them over, they just look undone. And because you're doing a 3-dimensional petal and sometimes 3-dimensional leaves, it tends to get it wonky. It wants to stay in like this, or, you know, being all messed up like that. And so I just thought it would be a lot easier if I just counted the stitches across and made a little panel on the back. It would all add up, and it did. And then because of the border, you just combine the two together with a border. And with this one, I did a single crochet, and then I did a half double around the edges. But these are very easy to make. And again, I will link down in the description box where you can find this if you want to make it too. And you can do it in any colors that you want. Lighter pink. If you like the darker pink, you can change out your yellow. The yellow is the classic from Red Heart. I get it on Amazon. I got it because I wanted to have a really bold sunflower, and I have some orders on the sunflowers, so I had to make sure I had enough of it. And I thought it made a really pretty center. And the green is not like a super bright green. It's more of a kind of a camo green. So yeah, it's really fun. Your leaves will, or your petals will stick up. And Crystal at Bag O' Day, she has a ton of these little squares, tutorials, and they're all 3-dimensional like that. Is that what it is? 3-dimensional? I think so. But yeah, that was a ton of fun to make. My mom, when she lived here with me, she was under this make at home jewelry club thing where they would send you all kinds of pieces of jewelry that you could make yourself, earrings, necklaces, bracelets, things like that. And my husband and I have been going through the garage and getting it all organized. And I found the box with the jewelry in it. And I was like, you know what would be really cute is if I tried my hand at making some earrings and stuff. And I know how much Billie loves to wear earrings, and some of these colors just made me think of her. So I tried my hand at it. I don't even know if I did it right, but I'll show them to you guys. I wanted her to be surprised, but maybe she won't see the video. I don't know. So here's one. See, when I see this turquoise, it just makes me think of her. And these came in little boxes. Each box has a booklet in it that tells you each thing that you're going to make and kind of like a design. She's had these for a while though, and because she used to play around with making earrings and stuff, but then they kept coming and she wasn't doing anything with them. So when she moved out and moved back to California, she asked me if I wanted them, and I was like, sure, I'll figure out something to do eventually with that. And now I have. These ones I really like. They just made me think of her completely. I think those will look really pretty with her muumuu that she wears. This color. Yeah, those are fun. Like I said, I don't know if I made them right. I just kind of took the tool and then just opened each bag and poured it out and looked at it and just kind of made it up as I went along. So if they're not made right, I'm sorry. But hopefully they are, and you can get some use out of them, Billie, when you see this, or you see them. The next pair I made, these are all stone, and they're not too heavy, but they're still kind of got some girth to them a little bit. I'm not sure of the names of the stones, but this color made me think of her as well because she's got this color in some things. So those are really pretty too. I like those ones. And my favorite pair are these purple ones. I really enjoyed making these. My fingers hurt really bad afterward, you know, because you're working with such tiny everything and you don't realize how long you're sitting there doing it, and your fingers can get kind of sore. But these ones are my favorite. Let me stop that. Those ones, I'm sorry if I'm shaking. It's been one of those days where I've needed a cup of coffee. That like never happens. Can you see those? But yeah, the purple, the stone, these are stones and they kind of drilled a hole in them. They're really pretty, really pretty. I might look it up. I'll put it in the description box down below if I can find it. I don't know how long ago my mom did this and even if the club still exists, but I'll check it out. And then I made her a necklace for these ones. I know I didn't make this right. I could not figure out how to do the clasp thing on the back, and it comes with this ring, and hopefully she can figure out how to put it on without it all. But I mean, it still came out pretty. The necklace itself is made correctly, but this clasp here, see these rings were the only thing that were gonna fit onto this big ring, which you just push down to put on. But the problem is, if she's not careful in holding this, when she goes like this, this could come off too. But if she keeps it on this end and you go down, you'd have to seriously like take that all the way around to get that off. So I think it'll be okay. I think she'll enjoy that. So yeah, so that's the package that I'm gonna be sending to Billie. I've got a couple other packages ready to go to some Yarny sisters that I thought of. I just wanted them to be able to have a little something. Speaking of Yarny mail, I got something in the mail from Mary at Mary's Crochet Chit Chat. I can put this back together later. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Put this over here. And I've been waiting to open it because I wanted to open it with you guys. So let's see what it is. I sent her a card a little while back, you know, just to thank her for being so amazing and being so open and honest and real. And I just love the banter with her children, and she's just great. Altogether, just great. Oh, that's cute. Ooh. Guys, I've never had a stitch marker before. I just used those plastic ones. Mary. Oh, these are so beautiful. That is super sweet. Oh my gosh. Just put them on a, oh, I dropped one. Sorry about that. There's this one. So pretty. Like I'm speechless. I've never had, sorry, I'm not even showing you guys. I've never had stitch markers before. These are just, oh, it touches me. It just really touches my heart. Thank you so much, Mary. You got a cute little key with some like mouse ears. Like, oh, that's cute. A little boat charm. Got a butterfly and a little mermaid. Do you guys see those? Oh, that is just absolutely amazing. I'm not gonna cry. And a little card. Look at that little guy. That's so cute. You guys have no idea how much I love you all. I mean, just today I was watching some, hang on, I'm sorry. I just love that. Just today I was watching catching up on some YouTube videos, and some of you guys have shouted me out, and I just want you to know how much that truly, truly means to me. I mean, and then the comments of the people that have subscribed, you guys are great. I can't even put it into words how appreciative I am that you guys have been doing that. You don't have to. I don't expect any of that. But I thank you from the bottom of my heart that you guys have been doing that. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and may you always, always feel as much love as I felt today. Thank you. Bye, guys.